After turning 70, your body starts giving subtle signs that can hint at how long you might live. In this video from Elder Stories, we'll break down 7 key indicators that can help you understand your health outlook and how to boost your chances of living longer. Sign 1, your walking speed. One of the strongest indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't hidden in your DNA, your medical records, or even your diet. It's something far simpler: your walking speed. Studies have shown that people who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. That's because walking speed is directly linked to overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular function, and even brain health. Imagine 2 people, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old. Joe walks every morning, keeps a steady pace, and doesn't struggle when crossing the street or climbing stairs. His movements are fluid, balanced, and confident. Frank, on the other hand, used to be active but has slowed down significantly over the last few years. He struggles to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. While Joe's pace suggests that his body is still functioning well, Frank's declining speed could be a warning sign that his health is deteriorating. A slow, unsteady walk isn't just about aging. It can signal underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. Recent studies have found that walking speed is also linked to longevity at a cellular level. Researchers have observed that people with a faster walking pace tend to have better preserved telomeres, the protective caps at the end of chromosomes that shorten with age. Telomere shortening is associated with a higher risk of age-related diseases, so maintaining a brisk walking speed could be more than just a sign of strength. It could help keep your cells healthier for longer. The good news is, walking speed is something you can improve. The more you walk, the stronger you stay. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start making small efforts to build strength, whether it's taking more walks, using light weights, or doing simple leg exercises. How fast you move through life can literally tell you a lot about how long you'll keep moving at all. So, pay attention to your pace. It might just be the simplest way to check in on your longevity. Sign 2, your grip strength. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake might be revealing more about your future than you think. Research has found that grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm, steady grip suggests strong muscles, good circulation, and a well-functioning nervous system. On the other hand, a weak or declining grip can be an early warning sign of muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of health complications. Grip strength has also been found to be a predictor of mortality in older adults. Studies suggest that a significant decline in grip strength can indicate frailty syndrome, which is associated with a range of health risks, including a higher likelihood of falls, fractures, and even a shortened lifespan. Moreover, grip strength is closely linked to heart health. A stronger grip is associated with lower rates of cardiovascular disease and better blood pressure control, which are key factors in promoting longevity. Take Robert, a 78-year-old man who always prided himself on his firm handshake. He stayed active, did light weightlifting, and never had trouble opening jars or carrying groceries. Then there's Walter, also 78. Who started noticing that simple tasks like twisting the cap off a bottle or holding onto a heavy bag felt harder than they used to. He dismissed it as just aging, but what he didn't realize was that his declining grip strength was signaling a loss of muscle mass, which could make him more prone to falls, injuries, and even a shorter life expectancy. The good news? You can rebuild it. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or even carrying light weights can help maintain your grip and keep your muscles strong. So, take a moment and test your grip. If shaking hands feels weaker than it used to, or if everyday tasks are getting harder, don't ignore it. Your ability to hold on to things today might just tell you how well you'll hold on to life in the years to come. Sign 3, your ability to stand on one leg. Balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to experience falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. On the other hand, those who can maintain their balance well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer, healthier lives. Balance is not just a physical issue, it is a sign of brain health as well. The ability to maintain balance depends on a complex interaction between the brain, inner ear, and muscle coordination. A decline in balance can signal a deterioration in neurological function, which can increase the risk of accidents and frailty. In fact, poor balance is one of the most common causes of falls among the elderly, which often leads to severe injuries and hospitalizations. Studies have even linked poor balance to a higher likelihood of developing dementia. Imagine two women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has always been active. She walks daily, does yoga, and can easily lift one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Nancy, on the other hand, hasn't paid much attention to her balance over the years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts tipping over, needing to grab onto something to steady herself. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function may be declining. The best part? Balance can be improved. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing light Tai Chi can help you rebuild stability. Tai Chi, in particular, is a gentle, flowing form of exercise that has been shown to improve balance, flexibility, and even cognitive function in older adults. Try this test right now. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without struggling? If not, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. The more you work on your balance today, the stronger and steadier you'll be for the years ahead. Sign 4, your sleeping patterns. How well you sleep at night says a lot about how long you might live. Sleep is not just about rest. It's when your body repairs itself, strengthens the immune system, and clears toxins from the brain. Studies have shown that people over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives, while those who struggle with poor sleep have a higher risk of memory decline, heart disease, and weakened immunity. Poor sleep quality has been linked to a range of negative outcomes, including increased inflammation, elevated stress hormones, and higher blood pressure. Over time, these factors can contribute to the development of chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Additionally, during deep sleep stages, the brain removes waste products such as amyloid plaques, which are associated with Alzheimer's disease. Therefore, getting quality sleep is not just about feeling rested. It plays a critical role in long-term health. Think about two men, Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s. Henry has a steady bedtime, sleeps around 7 hours each night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. Bill, on the other hand, has restless nights, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, and sometimes struggling to fall asleep at all. Over time, Henry's body continues to function well, his mind stays sharp, and his energy levels remain steady. But Bill starts experiencing brain fog, daytime fatigue, and even changes in his blood pressure, all linked to his declining sleep quality. The good news is, sleep quality can be improved. Simple changes like reducing screen time before bed, sticking to a routine, getting natural sunlight in the morning, or avoiding heavy meals at night can make a huge difference. Additionally, relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation before bedtime can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Pay attention to how you sleep tonight. If you wake up tired, struggle to stay asleep, or feel like your sleep has changed in recent years, it's time to make adjustments. How well you rest today might just determine how strong and healthy you stay in the years ahead. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. The way you eat after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of how long you might live. A healthy appetite and a well-balanced diet keep your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high. On the other hand, a sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal underlying health issues and even accelerate aging. As you age, changes in metabolism, hormonal shifts, and medications can all affect your appetite and eating habits. If you're losing interest in food or noticing a reduction in appetite, it could be a sign that your body is struggling to absorb nutrients properly, which can impact your energy levels and immune function. Additionally, poor nutrition in later years can lead to muscle loss, decreased bone density, and a weakened immune system. All factors that can contribute to a decline in health and quality of life. Consider two women, Margaret and Susan, both 74 years old. Margaret enjoys her meals, eats a variety of fresh whole foods, and maintains a steady weight. She looks forward to preparing her own meals and feels energized throughout the day. Susan, however, has noticed that she just isn't as hungry as she used to be. She skips meals, relies on processed foods, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What she doesn't realize is that her declining appetite isn't just a small change. It's a red flag that her body may not be absorbing nutrients properly, which could weaken her muscles, slow down her metabolism, and even affect her immune system. If you've noticed changes in your eating habits, whether it's feeling full too quickly, a lack of interest in food, or unexpected weight loss, it's important to take action. Eating well after 70 isn't just about staying full, it's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to function properly. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods, stay hydrated, and don't ignore a shrinking appetite. It could be your body's way of telling you that something needs attention. Additionally, consider consulting with a nutritionist to ensure you're getting the proper balance of vitamins, minerals, and protein to support your overall health. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. How you handle stress after 70 can tell you a lot about how long you'll live. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and even accelerates aging. On the other hand, people who know how to manage stress effectively tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp well into their later years. Prolonged stress can lead to a cascade of negative effects in the body. For instance, it can cause persistent inflammation, which is linked to several chronic conditions such as arthritis, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. Over time, the body's stress response can overwhelm its natural healing processes, leading to burnout and an increased risk of early mortality. Moreover, chronic stress affects the brain by decreasing the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein essential for cognitive function and the growth of new neurons. This can impact memory, decision-making, and emotional regulation, making it harder to cope with daily challenges. What's even more concerning is that stress often becomes a vicious cycle. As stress wears down your health, it can also make it harder to engage in activities that can mitigate stress, such as physical exercise or social engagement. This leaves individuals more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues that further exacerbate stress levels. Take John and Richard, both 76 years old. John faces challenges just like anyone else. Unexpected expenses, health scares, family issues. But he has learned to handle them with a calm, steady approach. He practices deep breathing, stays socially engaged, and doesn't dwell on problems longer than necessary. Richard, however, holds on to stress. He constantly worries about things outside of his control, feels overwhelmed by small frustrations, and often finds himself stuck in negative thought patterns. Over time, this constant stress wears on his body. His blood pressure rises, his sleep suffers, and his energy levels drop. Research has shown that people who manage stress effectively often enjoy better cardiovascular health, more stable blood sugar levels, and stronger immune function. Additionally, those who incorporate relaxation techniques into their routine have a reduced risk of developing age-related diseases. The good news is, you can improve your ability to handle stress. Simple lifestyle changes, like incorporating daily mindfulness practices, exercising regularly, and engaging in hobbies, can make a significant difference. Practices such as yoga, tai chi, or meditation help to reduce both physical and mental stress. They promote relaxation, improve circulation, and even boost mood by increasing the production of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good hormones. If you're often feeling tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore it. Taking steps today to manage stress may not only improve your quality of life, but also add years to it. Sign 7. Your social connections. The strength of your relationships can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after 70. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. Beyond the emotional support that social connections provide, they also have a direct and measurable impact on your physical health. Social interaction has been shown to reduce blood pressure, decrease the risk of cardiovascular diseases, and improve immune function. Engaging in social activities also releases oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of bonding and trust, and has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety. Additionally, staying socially engaged can keep your brain sharp by offering mental stimulation, emotional support, and opportunities for laughter, all of which are crucial for aging well. Think about two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78 years old. Eleanor has an active social life. She stays in touch with old friends, participates in a local book club, and enjoys spending time with family. She looks forward to her conversations, laughs often, and feels a sense of connection to the people around her. Barbara, however, spends most of her time alone. She has lost touch with many of her friends over the years, and though she has family, she rarely reaches out. As the months pass, she starts feeling isolated, her mood declines, and her overall health begins to suffer. Research suggests that social isolation can lead to a higher risk of developing cognitive decline, depression, and even an increased risk of mortality. People who experience loneliness often have higher blood pressure, poorer sleep, and weaker immune systems. Furthermore, isolation can prevent individuals from getting the emotional support they need during difficult times, leading to an increased risk of mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. Human connection is more than just emotional support. It plays a direct role in physical health. When you interact with others, your brain stays active, your stress levels drop, and your body releases chemicals that promote overall well-being. Social engagement is not only key for emotional health, but is also a powerful predictor of longevity. Studies show that people who are socially engaged experience less inflammation, have stronger immune responses, and are less likely to develop chronic illnesses like heart disease. Now that you've learned these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on your own health. Most of these factors can be improved, and the choices you make today can shape your future. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and comment with what you learned.